Hey guys, Urbanized Dreams here, and today I got a special video comparing the initial D 118 RX-7s from the anime Legend movies. This is basically the ultimate comparison now because it's really to point out what's the best version to get. There's also a Jaded Toys 118 version, which I have in my videos, in my past videos. You can check that out. That one I was comparing it, I think I was comparing it with the Kyosho, or it was a standalone video. I've done that one, and I'm not going to bring it here just because it's going to be pointless because you're comparing a $30 model to something that costs $300. So there's like not really a point. So anyways, let's get the video started. Left is Autoart, right is Kyosho. So let's begin. I'm gonna move these figures out of the way. This figurine is not part of Autoart. This is from Jaded Toys, and this is the Kyosho, but we'll get to those after. So let's put these side by side. First off, I'll mention the modeling here, and that is this is Diecast, and Autoart now is doing composite, which I personally prefer. But yeah, this is Diecast, this is Resin, and this is opening, this is sealed. And the crazy thing is that they retail for the same price. Now, nowadays, they're much more expensive. I paid almost $600 for the RX-7 over here. Well, actually, I did pay $600 with shipping and everything. When before, I think it used to be like $300 with shipping and stuff, Canadian. And then this one, I paid $300 Canadian. But, and they're pretty much still the same price for that. So, first thing that you can kind of notice is the paint. The paint's a bit different. I actually think, now this is gonna be a plus side for the Kyosho. I find that the Kyosho paint looks way better. The Autoart paint, it's why I never liked Autoart's diecast models. Their paint's never accurate. Now in the composite, I believe it's more accurate, but with diecast, it's not. And I've confirmed this with some cars that are real and taking Autoart models beside them, and you can see that the paint's off. Well, with Resin, usually the paint's exact. Now, with the RX-7 FD yellow, I can't confirm which color is more correct because, unfortunately, I don't have an RX-7 yellow FD, and I don't really know anybody who does. So, that's that. But paint, they both have metallic flakes in it, but I just find the Kyosho has more contrast to it. This looks a little bit more bland. When they're separated, they both look amazing. Now, next up is the license plates. They both have the license plate from the Legend movies. Now, the one thing that's really odd with these models is that these are both based on the Legend movie for the anime. So it's like that revival of the anime and the Legend movies. But the weird thing is that Autoart did it exactly like the movie, but Kyosho, they mixed and matched from the anime and the movie. So I don't really know why they did that. But next thing I'll go into here, so license plates are the same, but the Autoart definitely wins in this category because of the extra kind of grill here that you can see. Kind of has that plating, which I think looks better. And the other thing is like dimensions are different. So like you can see here, the fogs are bigger than they are on here. And then also these portions, I forgot to bring down my laptop, but you can Google this yourself also. But I actually was curious who did the proper portions for like the openings and stuff, and surprisingly I thought the Resin would have, but it's not. The Autoart RX-7, everything's 100% accurate to the real car. These lights are the exact correct dimension. These gaps are the exact correct dimension. Here on the Kyosho, they actually did it too narrow and too wide, and these gaps are also too narrow and too wide. So I was actually surprised by that this had a bit more of the accurate, because usually they say Resin is the more accurate one, but clearly not this time. Yeah, other than that, that's the front fascia of these cars, and let's move on to the side profile. So side profile here is tricky because the problem with these side profiles on these cars is that the wheels are hard to get exactly like 100% correct, because in the anime it's a bit hard to see what color they are, but I'm assuming I'm gonna take Autoart for it and say that's the correct one. But as you can see here, they both have the details of like the red calipers, which I'll zoom in here in a second. So they both have the red brake calipers, and They both have pretty much, the rims are the same, it's just the different coloring. But as you can see, the Autoart has more detailed grooving on the wheels. Kyosho is just a plain grooving there on the outer edges. And again, as you will see, side markers are incorrect on the Kyosho based on the real car. On the Autoart, they are correct. And then the fenders here are pretty much identical. The one thing that what the Autoart has that the Kyosho here doesn't is that it has this little line here, which that's how it is on the real car. Kyosho does not have that. But for the most part, Autoart is the one that's kind of doing it the more realistic way. Based on side profile, it really comes on preference here. I think they both look good in their own way. And decal wise, they're a bit better on the Autoart, and they're a bit easier to see. But that's that for the side profile. Now for the back. So the back, this is where it gets interesting and weird. But so for the back of these cars, they both have the wipers on the windows. The spoilers are a little bit different in dimension. I was about to open this, I forgot this is not opening. They're a bit different in dimension. This is actually the correct dimension for the anime and live action. That's the correct. This one is a little bit more narrow. Funny enough though, I actually think it looks better on the Kyosho. I like that it's more narrow, but if you're doing an exact replica, this is the correct way to do it. And then the exhaust, same thing. This is the exact replica exhaust from the Legend movie. This is not. I think the Kyosho one looks better, but that's the exact correct replica. So again, this is 100% like the anime. This is like they're doing weird things. I don't know why they're doing it. They're mixing matching from like the old school anime. Taillights, another thing that's weird is that the taillights on the Legend movie are correct. They're like this. So this is the after 99, like this is 99 after taillights of the RX-7. And then here is pre-1999 taillights. And the weird thing is that in the Legend movie, this is, the left is correct, the Autoart, not the right. The right, the way Kyosho did it, I'm sorry, the way the Kyosho did it, it's not correct because it's based on the old school anime. And even in the anime later on in the series, like I think fourth stage, Keisuke actually makes his car have those taillights. So I don't know why they did it based on the old anime, these ones, but the left looked way better in my opinion. So yeah, other than that, dimensions of the bumpers are pretty much the same, a little bit more narrow here, but again, going for the more realistic approach. And then the logos here are pretty much stickers. These ones have a little bit more embedding. And one little difference here is that keyhole looks more realistic than on the Kyosho, which basically just looks like a dot. So that is that. Next, top view, there's not much. There's only one thing I want to point out, and that is there's that little, see this little black dot over here? There's that little like antenna, or not antenna, I don't know, I think that's like the weathering thing for like water or something. So to wash the windows at the back. So they have that. The Kyosho doesn't, and the RX-7 for Autoart has the lines, like the window. It's hard to see it here, but it has the those like lines that heat up the window. While on Kyosho they didn't. But that's that. Side mirrors are pretty much on par. Next big thing here is underbody. So this is where, I mean, so far you can kind of get the trend. Autoart is the superior model, but check this out. Underbody for the Kyosho, very plain. Nice exhaust though there, how they have it outlined. But the crazy thing is these are, I mean, now they're not the same price, but retail wise they were the same price. And underbody of this comparing to underbody of this, major difference. Plus like these actually steer, the wheels roll. On the Kyosho nothing rolls, nothing steers. But superb detail for the underbody. Yeah, I mean, it's night and day. I mean, just this alone is worth the Autoart one. But we're not even getting to the nitty gritty yet. So we're gonna put this aside because that's it for that, right? Because here you have opening parts. Bam, the trunk opens. Nice, great detail there on the trunk. Let me zoom in here. You have the nice shocks in here and everything like this, and a little rope to hang on to that when it opens up. So like that lifts up the tray. Very nice, carpeted inside like always for Autoart. Next up, I'm gonna actually do the interior last because there's a thing I want to show you there. Engine, once again, very nice because, and Mike, if you're watching this, I know I don't have the flashlight, too lazy to get the flashlight, but again, very nice engine detail on the Autoart. Some people say Autoart engine detail is not that great. I'm not really sure why. I think Autoart detail is great. I have a composite model for the initial D series, and the engine detail is even better on the composite series compared to Diecast, but I think it looks great. So this keeps falling. I'm lazy to put the actual stick. There's like that stick that comes included here, but I just want to zoom in like this too so you guys can see. So yeah, very nice detail, and you have that little stick that can go up and hold it. So yeah, I mean, this alone makes the Autoart version superior, but something that I never noticed until I got the Autoart version. So the door's open, everything's nice, but the one thing I never noticed is that, so they both have the red seats, but on here they're more of a matte finish on the Autoart, and they're more textured. But the one thing that Autoart is, again, being superior on is it has seat belts. And the actual Kyosho doesn't. So you can see like there's seat belts, right? And the seat belt, it actually goes very detailed where it goes to the backside. So you can see how it ties down to the rear of the car. So it's very, very cool. So let me see if we can see it from here. But you can see that the seat belts, you see that extra detail going through the back of the seat, and then you can kind of see it there too. I ask for your forgiveness for your eyes being blurry from this video, but yeah, you can kind of see it there though. But anyways, so the thing that really shocked me is that I never noticed it before, but yeah, the Kyosho, all it does is have red seats. That's it. That's it. There's just red seats. There's no seatbelt. So I find that's kind of a lackluster detail. And then for the interior, in depth, for like the dash and stuff, the Kyosho has it more detailed. Everything looks more realistic. I'm not really going to show you on the Kyosho because it's impossible to show it there because it's sealed. It's easier to just do pictures. But here, if I get it to zoom, you can kind of see the detail there. It looks nice. And the nice thing too about the Autoart is it's carpeted inside, and then they also have a mat, which is cool. And the other side of it has one of those metal plates for the passenger. If you watch my Jada Toys videos, they love doing those metal plates. You can kind of see it there. It's a little bit dark, so unfortunately my camera's, but oh yeah, you can see the detail here, by the way, better of the interior. So yeah, oh there you go. You can see the mat and that metal plating, so very nice detail. So yeah, that's that. And last thing I want to really show here is the figurines. So the one thing that Kyosho did, I guess, to make up for not being opening is they included a figurine. So this is him right here, Keisuke Takahashi. He looks great, and it's nice. Mine has a defect, he doesn't stand. And my other problem is that I broke his arm over here. I had to glue it back on because these things don't stand well, and because I put them in the glass shelves, sometimes they fall and they get damaged, so kind of annoying with these figurines. But this looks exactly like pretty much how he does in the Legend movie, so it's a really nice touch. I think it's great. Now Autoart doesn't have it, but for me, since I have the Jada, I do have the Jada version, which actually knows how to stand properly. So you can see the difference here. The Jada version is based on the anime. This is based on the Legend movie. But yeah, that's the one thing that's nice with that Kyosho does include the figurines. And we're gonna put them here. And last but not least is the boxes. So I know a lot of people won't care about the boxes, but I'll let me show them. Anyways, so this is the Kyosho box. Very cool. I love the artwork of the Kyosho box. Then you have like the car here. You have some more artwork there, so very nice. And then the just some more detail there. But yeah, I love the artwork of here, and like especially this, I think looks great. Let me take off my glove. And this is the Autoart version. Again, nice. You got pictures from the anime, and each car has different pictures based on what car you're buying. Then you have the rear of the car, you have the front of the car, and you have pictures of the actual car. Very nice. I think both boxes are nice in their own way. I just like the Kyosho just because you get like the actual anime characters on here, which I think looks cool. So that, my friends, is basically it. So what I would say as my final words, they're both great models in their sense. Now, if you're looking to buy, I would not pay $300 for this, even though I did. I just think it's not worth it because when you look at the Autoart version, it's so much more superior. And I know the Autoart version is super expensive nowadays, but honestly, guys, just save your money and try to buy the Autoart version while you can. They're pretty rare now, especially the black GTR. I have the black GTR. I actually have all the Initial D cars now, which to do just a little example. And then I have the two Autoarts there. Oh, sorry, that's Kyosho. My Autoart one is coming in for the 8.6. But yeah, you know, the Autoart is just so much more superior. I mean, I'm gonna be selling this one. I'm gonna be putting it for cheap on eBay, but I mean, I think if you get it for a steal for like $100 or something, 150, it's worth it. But other than that, go for the Autoart version. It's just so much better. It's so much more enjoyable because parts are opening. And I should probably put this as the highlight of that and put that here. And then, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. How could I forget? Check this out. Pop-up headlights. So again, just another nice detail that the Autoart version gives you. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Autoart version over the Kyosho. It's more correct to the real car and exactly correct to the Legend movie, which this is what they're supposed to be based on. So I really wish Autoart would release the FC also, because Kyosho did but the Autoart didn't. That's very unfortunate, but yeah, Autoart hands down is the one to go for, and it's the ultimate Initial D 118. The next would be the Kyosho, and then in last place, which would be third place, would be the Jada. That's pretty much your choices for the 118 scale for Autoart, or for Initial D licensed cars. So yeah, that's really it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps anybody that's wondering which one they should buy. Like I said, you can't go wrong with either one. They're both good in their own way, but I mean, for the price of the Kyosho, I would just save money and go with the Autoart. It's so much more enjoyable. It's a better investment for your money because these are always going to be worth more because they're opening. So yeah, that's really it. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.